Hello, lovely family and friends, and warm welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody is doing well. Everybody is alive and kicking, hale and hearty, yeah, by the abundant grace of God. We thank God for his mercies. You see the way the okra is trying to slide from a spoon into a bowl, bisa. It cannot hold. It's like a telephone wire. Yeah. Today I'm going to share with you this okra recipe, right? I found on YouTube. It is inspired by a video by Mark Waynes. Oh, if you know that guy, or if you do not know that guy, find him. I'm going to put his link in the description box. This is amazing. This is gumbo sauce from Ivory Coast. Okay, so he visited there and I saw the recipe and I'm like, wow, I have to try this. Right? I don't know the recipe, but just by looking at it, I tried to replicate it and oh my days. This is like slime upon slime upon slime. You will love it if you're a slime person. If you're a slime person, if you're a slimy person, I don't know. Me, I'm saying some. Yeah, it's really, really, really good. This is the jute leaves or the molahai leaves or the ayoyo leaf soup. Then the okra soup itself. Inside the okra soup, we have the kubewa busheshe or ground dry okra. Just say there's okra everywhere and a little bit of stew. And this is so good. So you join me as I eat it, and then you join me as I show you how I made this delicious recipe. Right. Look at the slime. Call it slime upon slime. This one, you have to be expert to be able to. Oh my days. This one, if you don't take it, you lose your banku in the soup. As you can clearly see, I'm enjoying myself. I'm sweating. By the time I finish eating just this small bowl of blackali or cassava fufu, I've shared that recipe on my channel, so I'll link it for you. I was just sweating. This is so good. So if you want to see more of me eating, you join me at the end. Okay, but for now, let's get into the video. Yeah, we start with making the okra soup. Okay, so for the okra soup, what I did was I had some leftover palm nut soup. So the palm nut soup is going to be the base of the okra soup. Okay, so here is my meat. I have some crabs, I have some wele, I have some hydrated snails, and then I have my beef. Okay, this is the meat I'm going to be using. What I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to steam I also have my dear Shaki cow tripe. Yeah, this is goat tripe instead. Yeah, is it tripe or tribe? Tribe is like a tribe, but it's a tribe. Anyway, so I'm adding my chili mix, my green chili mix to season. So this is going to, the meat is so good. It's going to, because you are steaming your meat in soup. So the soup is already seasoned and everything, but then you're going to steam your meat. So you can just imagine the flavor. I can only leave you to imagine. There's a song like that. I can only imagine. Okay. So we leave it to steam. And whilst that is steaming, we come with our okra. So I have cut my okra. I will say I grated it. Okay. So if you have a grater, you use it to grate so that you have a very slimy soup. If you saw, I used two different kinds. Okay. One I blended, one I roughly blended, and one I grated. Right. So whilst that is cooking, we move on to our ayoyo, our green soup. So this is how you find minced molahai leaves or molahai leaves, okay? Or it's also called jute leaves, but in Ghana we call it ayoyo. I don't know how Nigerians call it. but we call it ayoyo or ademe. That is the leaves, okay? So in McWayne's video, they just boil the leaves first and they use the broom. You know how they use the broom to crush the leaves for it to become smooth as this one. This is already done for me, so I don't need to do any of that, okay? So that goes in. You're going to treat this as okra, right? And with this, we are going to season it and everything so that you can eat this green soup on its own, right? So in goes in my green chili mix. Green chili mix is roughly chopped and this is roughly chopped. So just say they are like marriage made in heaven. And then goes in my palm oil. So I'm going to use palm oil to garnish to make this soup look a bit nice, okay? So this is the palm oil from the palm nut soup. So in the meantime, I've added some, I don't know what I added really, but I think I added some more. It went so fast and I can't remember. It's been a while since I made this video. I can't remember, but I believe it is my B10 that I dropped in. Okay, so I've come in to stir my okra. I'm going to be adding some bicarbonate of soda to it, as you see me do now. Give it a stir and then you let it boil some more. Okay, so our meat is boiling. You do the same. You do the same for the green soup, the ayoyo. So as I said, treat it like okra. So that's why we are putting everything. So some bicarbonate or kanwu. If you have the kanwu, you add the saltpeter. For this, if you making the green soup, make sure that it is light. Add a bit water, make it a bit loose. Otherwise, you don't get the slime. If it's so thick, you don't get the slime. Okay, so I'm now adding salt to season. And I'm adding some my zongo spice called a touch of zongo. And then some, so a touch of zongo has all the essential spices you need. Okay, otherwise, if you don't have that, definitely you don't have that because you don't know what it is. I created it myself. Just add dawadawa. That's all. Dawadawa is good. Then you get that flavor, no? Right. So in the meantime, our meat has been steaming nicely. It is like we are now going to put in the wele and the cow. That is the cow skin or cow hide, and then we've added our crabs. So the next thing is to add our dried okra. Okay, so this is ground dried okra. In Zongo land, we call it kubewa busheshe. Kubewa is okra, right? But the busheshe means that it is dried. If I'm mistaken, please correct me. But that's my assumption, that if kubewa is okra and you add busheshe, it means that it is dried. Because that's how they call it, right? Anyway, so as you can see, the soup has become a bit slimy because it is okra and it's dried and crushed, so it will be slimy. But you have to add just a little bit. This is cooking. Here, I'm adding some fish powder and shrimp powder, right? This is cooking. With cooking, there is no set like measurement. I can only give you a rough idea of what I've used because you cannot tell the size of my pan and things like that. And it doesn't matter. You can be approximate with the measurements and everything. Okay? But then what I would say is that when you're adding the kubewa busheshe, just add it a tablespoon at a time. If you add a lot of it, your soup will turn very brown and then you won't get your green color, your okra color. The okra will disappear. And then the taste become funny. So just a little bit goes a long way. That's all I'm trying to say. So I've added my okra and all that I need to do is to give it a good stir and that is ready. This is amazing. It is great taste, great food, great African food. I admire the Ivorians for this. Just if you see McWayne's eating this food, and you look at it and it doesn't dull your tongue, it doesn't weed your neck, then you know, say, you are not proper African. The food looks good. So I tried it my own way and OMG. It's amazing. It is lovely. Charlie, you love it. So please, if you want to see the original video, watch McWayne's. I'll put the link in the description box for you to watch. And thank you for joining me. And I'll see you in the very next time. Bye-bye.
It's too hot. Let me try one at least. Let me eat protein with my food.